Hola a todos, bienvenidos. Vamos a continuar con Disco Elysium. Veamos. Veamos. Esto me tiene bastante intrigada, lo de las puertas estas cerradas. Hace cabeza huevo, vale. Ya no podemos hacer esto si el tío se murió. Vale, a la noche tenemos que volver a hablar con Classy. Vamos a ver qué nos tiene que decir Titus. Me da miedito, ¿eh?
It's you again. What is it?
Classy dice que no la han violado.
Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
You've hit a nerve. Titus is furious. No, more than that. The loyal Titus feels betrayed.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
Corta el rollo, me ha dicho la verdad.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her. And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Titus Hardy!
Su voz resuena por la sala como un disparo de advertencia.
Success. Titus backs off. Fists down, everybody.
Everard personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she speaks. Frankly, it's a bit terrifying. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad, listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to.
¿Qué hay en esta cinta?
What's on it? We call it the door gun a mega mix. You'll know why, won't you listen to it?
¿De dónde la habéis sacado?
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that.
¿Y les habéis espiado o cómo?
We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
¿Y cuál de vosotros hace este sofisticado trabajo de radio?
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
El jefe vuelve a recoger la cerveza para hacer un gesto de brindis.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
¿Y qué me importa esta cinta? Me habéis mentido.
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape. Listen to it, and they'll have nothing to hide behind.
¿Cómo la reproduzco?
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, genius?
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
Con eso bastará por el momento. Retomaré la
Don't
investigación.
forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy.
De acuerdo, la escucharé.
You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
Ok, vamos a escuchar la cinta entonces. Para esto he estudiado Derecho. Veamos. ¿Dónde está? ¿Herramientas? Aquí. Objetos. Sin interactuar. Vamos a ir a un sitio un poco más privado para escucharlo, no aquí en medio del bar. Qué raro, no te suena nada de lo que aparece en la portada. Esta música así de repente. Bueno, vamos a... ¿Eh? ¿Puedo entrar todavía o no? Sí. No sé qué pasa aquí. Kim procura no mirar hacia la puerta destrozada del cuarto de baño.
Kim also tries not to look at the pile of tape viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. But it's all just too morbid to ignore. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor.
Lamento el desastre.
No problem, officer.
Pobrecillo. Venga, vamos a escuchar la cinta.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader.
Reproducir la cinta. Presionas Command C y la cinta comienza a girar. El aire se llena de sonidos mecánicos y una violenta estática.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalsund crane.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked perderte on your portereel. The tape stops spinning.
¿Quieres al final silencio?
End of recording.
¿Qué te parece?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
Estoy de acuerdo y también parecía ebrio.
Still,
El teniente mira la cinta. Ya conoces esa mirada. Es su mirada de sospecha.
There's more going on here than we know.
¿Quién es ese corte?
Corty could be short for Cortenard, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work.
¿Y qué es Cohoy?
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
¿Crees que estuvo allí?
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
De acuerdo, ¿y ahora qué?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night. The contrast feels chilly, inappropriate even.
Ok, pues nada, vamos a hablar con ella, venga. Ahora ya podemos entrar como si nada, ¿no? Perfecto, pues nada, para arriba que nos vamos. ¿De dónde viene esa música? ¿Es de su piso? Ok.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Titus Harding nos ha proporcionado una grabación donde el difunto confiesa su intención de cometer una violación.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table. This does not surprise her.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused.
Esta cinta te identifica específicamente a ti como el objetivo.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Esas fueron sus palabras exactas.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Cohoy style?
En la conversación se menciona Cohoy.
He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Cohoy. It wasn't his everything.
¿Crees que su intención era asustar a la gente?
No. I'm pretty sure he did all those things. And then had to internalize them to keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
She's quite observant about the human character. Trained to observe, even.
¿Aprendiste todo esto con la literatura oranjese? Suena a psicología.
People who go to university know how to use words like internalize and integrate, officer. Now, what was that expression?
There's more to this. She has an index in her head of pathologies and how to exploit them. I can almost see her turn the pages.
¿Alter ego?
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Cohoy massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
When he said he was done, and done mentally, it didn't sound like a joke. It sounded like a deeply troubled man.
Un momento, dijo que estaba mentalmente acabado. A mi parecer eso es lo que un hombre afligido diría.
Well, maybe I pieced him back together with my magical personality.
¿No tenías miedo?
Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but girls are evil. Had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be in Cohoy. I would be tearing it up Soldier of the Apocalypse style.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
There is a small measure of pride in her that she could quell the rage in such a being. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Ahora que ha pasado algo de tiempo, ¿puedes contarme algo más sobre la víctima?
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink. The last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
¿Dónde se encuentra el Elysium? El lugar, quiero decir.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary: cows, silos, and wheat.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
¿Erais ambos de Orange?
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrek. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
No love for Mother Oranje. But wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing.
¿Un militar que no es un patriota?
No. He left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did on Seminine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money, killing people kind. He was by no means a stupid man. A people person. A small platoon leader. Certainly not a patriot.
No es que usted parezca muy patriota.
Mm-hmm. There is nothing on Muindi. The old, old world is dead, and we both knew it. Maybe Oranje did bring us together. In loathing. I love Revachol, though. I hope she loves me, too.
¿Cuántos años tenía?
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no. We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
Looks like you were right, officer.
Mejor no mencionarlo.
The young woman looks at you, then the lieutenant, then you. She's clearly sensing something. A spike in testosterone levels, perhaps.
¿Color de ojos?
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
¿Quién puso lo de la brillantina? ¿Recuerdas? Eso no es un punto para mí.
No.
Pero lo puse, mira.
Okay, sure. Here you go. What else are we missing, officer?
¿Tenían tatuaje? ¿Significaba algo?
Oh, that.
It's clear she liked it.
¿Te gustaba?
Quite a lot, yes.
¿Era un mapa fluvial de Orange?
Sure, waterways. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
¿Para fardar ante las mujeres? ¿Cómo?
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Is this Oranese lit?
¿En literatura arañese?
Yes. This is the very essence of Oranese lit. A moment's respite. Dark and hopeless as the struggle itself. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star. Port after port. Third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
¿Y en esta ocasión fuiste tú la mujer impresionada?
Oh, yeah.
¿Podrías explicarnos su significado exacto?
No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
No es una historia muy agradable. Bueno, gracias por aclararlo.
Change of topic, perhaps?
Una duda un tanto peculiar. ¿Disfrutó su propia muerte?
Why do you ask?
Un presentimiento que tengo. Dame el gusto.
Well, it's wrong. He had too many drinks to down and too many bad things to do. Couldn't tap out just yet.
Everything checks out here. It's all A-OK. Good answer.
Hemos mandado a procesar una muestra de semen.
Good for you.
What do you think it will tell us?
I don't know how a semen sample works, officers. How many days after intercourse does it have to be? I don't even know if he had sex with someone else. We didn't go steady.
Is she avoiding anything? Technically not. See? There's something off here. This one must know she's deploying flares and countermeasures.
Creo que hemos exprimido toda esta línea de interrogatorio.
All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Me faltaría esto, pero está difícil, ¿eh?
Soft,
Ah,
light
pues
brown
mira.
eyes look back at you, directly into the space behind your eye sockets. You see the smoke rise from between her painted red lips. She's beautiful. I have bad news for you.
¿Qué?
You know these guys?
¿Sabes estos tipos que te suelen hablar?
Who? Me? Yes, you. He's talking about you, you boring stiff. You too. Me? What did I do? I'm merely a master thespian. These guys are compromised. She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust for info, you can't trust them anymore.
¿Qué?
Believe it.
¿Quiénes en concreto están afectados?
There's no way of knowing. At the moment, I'm afraid it's best to assume all of them.
¿Cómo ha podido suceder esto?
How it always does, through subtlety.
¿Qué puedo hacer?
There's nothing you can do about it. You are how you are, and she is how she is. Things will go as they do.
¿No puedes hacer que vuelvan a la normalidad?
No,
Entonces, ¿de qué me sirve saberlo?
it's better to know you're being played than to be played without knowing it, is it not?
¿Significa esto que me ha estado mintiendo?
Yes, Mr. Thespian here has been singing paeans to how truthful she is. She is a lady, most fair and just. In his defense, to reduce him to such inadequacy, she probably had to employ half-truths more often than outright lies. That is correct. And omissions too.
¿Puedo confiar en este tipo?
A little. They're all still of limited use, interpreting things to the best of their ability. Maybe they add flair or something. I wouldn't know. I don't add flair. But when it comes to assessments of character and factual accuracy, they are not to be trusted. Not with her.
¿Podré confiar en alguno de ellos en algún momento?
Don't be melodramatic. You can trust them. Just not with Miss Orange Disco Dancer here. A light green speck and imperfection on the outer rim of her right iris. It sparkles.
¿Cuál es su plan?
You can't draw a sound conclusion. The one he usually does says, she may want to control the information rollout, not to become a suspect. She may have a past she's escaping, unrelated to this case. You doubt it's something truly insidious. See? It's oddly moderate, probably compromised.
Ya llevamos hablando un buen rato, volvemos al tajo.
Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got this.
¿Me estás manipulando?
The silence broken. She exhales a little cloud of smoke and says,
God, no.
Yes, miss. I hope you don't mind. All right.
No, esto ya lo
Coolly,
tenemos.
graceful.
La
Yeah.
meditación,
All right. Not my
Costa
favorite topic.
Santo.
How about we, sure. The record. So official.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
Sí, eso dijo ella.
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of morality. He was 42 years old?
¿A dónde quieres ir a parar?
How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them.
Kim, ¿tú cuántos años me echarías?
Huh?
¿Qué edad aparento?
How old? 58.
¡Guau! Pero bueno, eso es muy viejo, ¿en serio?
You asked.
Quizás te equivoques, ya te ha pasado antes con el fiambre, era mucho más joven.
He was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week.
Me Me siento como si yo llevara descomponiéndome mucho más tiempo.
On the bright side, you've been getting a lot of exercise lately.
Tienes razón, puede que tenga 62, dejémoslo ahí.
I didn't say 62, I said 58.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
Dale caña, no me asusta la verdad.
To the laboratorium.
A ver, ¿qué es eso? ¿Generador de fechas de nacimiento? Pues... voy a olvidar este. Y voy a interiorizar el generador de fechas de nacimiento a ver qué sale de ahí. Cualquier cosa, vamos. Vale. Vamos a hablar con Titus otra vez. Esto no podemos hacerlo. Vale. Venga. Para abajo. Uy, no. De la ventana no sé qué será.
Again, you find yourself looking at that big old window.
Vamos a probar esto.
There's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket. Hanging from it, a bronze key. Someone hid the key in the bush and attached a yellow ribbon to make it easier to find. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it. Surely not a coincidence.
Alguien ha escondido la llave, una llave en el arbusto.
Huh?
¿Me permitís que me acerque para cogerlo?
I don't know about that. I'm comfortable here. Don't think any sliding would really help right now.
Sorry, fucko. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. Good fucking luck with that.
I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you in the bushes out there.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch, and slides it across the table to you.
Gracias. Coger la
The
llave.
key is brass. Workshop spare is etched to its bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence.
Come on, man. We were just having some fun. Where's the harm in...
I'm tired of listening to your shit.
Gracias. ¿Sabe alguien por qué había una llave colgando bajo la ventana del comedor?
Didn't even know it was there. Boys.
No idea.
Never even seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became our place.
Gracias.
Don't thank me. I don't give two shits about your key.
There is a silence around this man's words. Unlike Titus, they're afraid of him. That's the type of respect he commands.
Me pregunto qué puertas abre esta llave.
It could open the door in the kitchen.
Pues
The
sí,
blue
podría
door.
ser.
It says workshop spare. Maybe there's a workshop there?
It's worth a try.
Genial. Vamos a verlo, vamos a verlo. Necesito verlo.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. It could be connected to the barred door upstairs. The
¿Probar?
key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn it after all these years. But then, the lock clicks. Dust rises before you like mist. A tomb? haunted by regal spirits from distant ages. No, smells like engine grease and cut wood. A workshop.
A ver. Vamos, vamos. Vamos a coger la... ¿Dónde está la linterna? Que nos puede venir mejor aquí. Una máquina de pinball. Pone franco-nigeriano. Está tematizada con caballos y espadas. Esta máquina se llama de hora blanca. El cristal trasero muestra una figura de una mujer de luto. Están a los puestos debajo de la ventana de la esquina. ¿Dinero? Siempre agradecemos que haya dinero. ¿Qué pasa?
All these mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and played.
Pasar un dedo por la capa de polvo de la máquina de hora blanca.
Feels like it might jump back to life any moment. The lights illuminating the white-robed woman.
¿Qué es de hora blanca?
Some kind of inane pinball theme, probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst.
The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines.
¿Qué tal si enchufamos un cacharro de estos y echamos unas partidas?
You can't fire them up. They are broken. Only that one machine in the main hall works. The Royalist pinball.
Parece que no te gustan las máquinas de pinball, Kim.
No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on.
He doesn't.
¿Y esa? ¿La franco-nigeriana? ¿Quieres jugar a esa?
No.
Espera un segundo. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, quería ponerme algo. Bueno, vale, da igual. No quería rechazar el pensamiento. Quería ponerme algo para subir la enciclopedia, pero bueno.
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside.
Mirar dentro.
Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in.
Mira, qué casualidad.
The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88.
Pone que el último mantenimiento fue en el 88.
That it does. I say, let's brave it.
¿La última vez que repararon este ascensor fue en el futuro?
No, it was maintained in 88 of the previous century.
Así que no es un mensaje del futuro.
No, I think the bureaucrats just forgot about this backroom elevator after the revolution.
Me pregunto para qué se usaría.
Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint.
Mira los controles.
There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descend, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken. A small steel plaque reads Halter 800. Halter is a Koningsteiner lift company who went out of business a long, long time ago.
Cerrar las puertas y subir. Recemos para que no nos quedemos ahí atrapados. ¿O? ¿Dónde estamos? Ventanillas tapadas con plástico negro, no se puede ver afuera. En las estanterías hay cajas de herramientas y piezas de repuesto. Planos para una máquina de pinball de temática futurista. A ver. Abrigo de fabricante de pinball. Más una empatía, más una coordinación ojo-mano. Una máquina de pinball destrozada y desguazada.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
Parece que desistieron de reparar las máquinas.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue.
Esto solía ser un taller de pinball.
Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel? There are machines left over.
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the artists bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
El Quilling Rags fue una vez el pinball Delta este. Eso es todo lo que queda de aquello.
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice maker said. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
¿Esto implica que el Quilling Rags forma parte de la zona comercial maldita?
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this. It's not a ghost story. It's a curse, and God ought to be made knowledgeable so he can perform counterspells.
Termina el pensamiento. ¿Qué más hay aquí? Ah, mira, es la puerta que da al balcón. Hay un pequeño agujero en la pared. Al otro lado se encuentra el dormitorio. Pisadas.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Alguien ha estado aquí hace no más de un par de 2 semanas.
3 weeks maximum, from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
This is good. He likes it. There's a little smile there, in the dark of the workshop.
This isn't bad at all. It was a good idea to see where that door leads. Commendable work bringing us to this place.
Vale, ¿qué sacamos en claro de esto?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind Classius' room, in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
Echemos un vistazo más de cerca.
Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines. One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways. Shoe size is 41 to 42, maybe 43. It could be a large-footed woman or a small to average-footed man. This is, unfortunately, the worst, most vague shoe size there is.
Parecen las huellas de una sola persona que iba y venía.
Between that and that.
Estas huellas no se parecen a las de la suela rara.
The size looks about the same, actually. They are not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
Estas no son como las demás huellas que vimos en el patio, ¿me equivoco?
No, these little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me, or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Otra cosa, entonces. ¿Algo más que ver por aquí? ¿No? Las huellas... Vale, vamos a intentar salir por aquí. ¿Podemos?
This is the inside of the barred door you've seen before.
¿Qué hay al otro lado?
Unless we've veered off into a folded M dimension, I'm expecting to step out on the roof. We could ask Class here about this route. See how she reacts?
Folded M dimension, a reference to the popular science fiction series In System. Look who's in a good mood suddenly and reads science fiction. Yes, it is quite likely that we will re-emerge on the M plane. Brace for psychokinetic impact. Or the roof.
¿Desatrancar la puerta? Hola de nuevo.
Officer, It's a fine day for questions. Yeah?
Esa puerta de ahí, ¿sabías que conduce a un ascensor que llega hasta la planta baja?
I did not. Mystery solved then. I kept wondering where it led.
There may be more to this mystery at some later time. She's holding back. Let's make a mental note for now.
Hay un viejo taller de máquinas de pinball. El building era antes un arcade.
Okay. I'm glad someone's had fun.
Había huellas en el suelo, recientes.
Huh. This isn't good.
Pues te va a gustar menos que había un agujero al otro lado de la pared, como una mirilla hacia tu habitación.
A peephole? You mean like a hole in the wall?
Yes, looking into your bedroom, miss.
Okay.
A jitter of fear and disgust moves through her body, beginning from her shoulders and ending in her hips. The cigarette tastes foul to her now.
Do you think this is somehow connected to me?
Por ahora no lo sabemos.
Okay. Do you have any way of knowing how long it has been there?
Unfortunately, no. But if I were to guess, long enough. The perforation is under the bookshelf on your wall. It should not be hard to cover with some tape.
Si resulta reciente, ¿quién crees que lo hizo?
Shit. I don't know. Maybe it's been there for a long time. Maybe the local kids use it or something. I don't know.
She does. She must have some idea.
I'll be fucking covering it up with a lot of tape, that's for sure. Was there anything else back there?
Supongo que se te ocurre algo. ¿A quién podría haberle interesado mirar por ese agujero?
Honestly, I have no clue.
Yet, maybe it's something she's keeping for a later move, when she's more sure of herself.
Es todo por ahora.
She's lost in thought, eyes narrowed, forehead furrowed.
All right.
Nada, no me quiere contar qué pasa. Pues nada, vamos para abajo otra vez. Tenemos que hablar con Titus. Si al final está todo conectado aquí, ¿eh? Qué pasada. Bueno, al menos por fin conseguimos saber qué había detrás de la puerta. ¿Le podemos decir algo a él?
Hey, was there another thing? Great. I love those.
Hay una mirilla en la pared.
What wall?
En la de arriba, en la habitación secreta de atrás, que da justo al dormitorio de clase. Creo que podría ser para espiar a los huéspedes.
I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the Whirling does not abide spying on its guests.
Está bien informado quedas.
Thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Was there something else about the establishment? I hope not.
Carte, ¿y si te dijera que logré entrar en la habitación trasera, tras la puerta de acero azul?
Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind the door.
¿Es que no vas a preguntarme qué he encontrado?
Okay, what is back there?
Máquinas de pinball, un taller de pinball.
Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean.
¿Por qué te apetece jugar? Porque yo echaría una partidita.
No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
He was wondering about something business-related, about how much money he could make of one.
¿Estás pensando en volver a convertir este sitio en un salón de pinball?
No, but we could diversify the entertainment options, seeing as you've opened the door back there. The machine we have in the corner now is broken. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here. other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble.
Sí, sí, espera que cante yo, ya verás.
Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now. Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear that it's part of the doomed commercial area. He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
No le voy a decir eso. Clase, la de la habitación número 3. Fue ella quien manipuló la línea telefónica.
Why? No, fuck it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why these degenerates do what they do. I thought we had one good guest in the building.
He really doesn't like it being classier.
Ya, puesto que querías que no fuera ella.
What's that supposed to mean? Fuck you, buddy. She's not my taste. Good thing she pays for her stuff on time. I'll forward her the bill and be done with it.
Wow. She really isn't his taste. Her spell hasn't spread here.
Now, was there anything else? I have like 4,000 coasters to stack. And then... Yes?
Bueno, listo. Vale, pues nada, yo creo que lo vamos a dejar aquí por hoy. En el próximo capítulo volvemos a hablar con Titus, a ver qué tiene que decirnos nuevo. Y nada, que yo creo que ya vamos avanzando, vamos por el buen camino. A ver si resolvemos ya el caso. Así que nada, como siempre os digo, si os está gustando esta serie, por favor dejad un like al vídeo, no olvidéis suscribiros, activar la campanita para no perderos ninguno de los siguientes episodios. Muchas gracias.